Hey guys, hello and welcome to another episode of Vince and Films. My name is Vincent and I'm still trying to break the record of most films seen in a cinema in 1 year. Now, today is the end of week 36. We are day 252, if I'm not mistaken. and like you might have heard from my voice, I am sick. That's what I get for crossing the symbolic 500 bar set by the Guinness World Records. Now, today I'm at 527 films seen, and this week has been pretty good. But I'm gonna keep it short, especially because I saw two of the greatest films I've seen this far, I think, and they were, to my surprise, actually French films by Henri-Georges Clouzot, which is a great director who lived in the 50s. Well, he made movies in the 40s, 50s, 60s, especially, and I saw two films that were great. They were called L'assassin habite au 21, The Assassin Lives at number 21, which is a very short 1 hour 24 like police thriller with comedic elements. It is the story of a serial killer who roams the streets of a certain city. I don't remember which one. And you have this commissioner, this inspector, who's trying to find the killer, and he gets a hint that the killer lives at a house at the number 21, which is actually a hostel where several people are living. So he's trying to figure out who is responsible, and it's a great police crime thriller, but it's perfectly written with great dialogue, great story, great exchanges, and not jokes per se, but this film is hilarious from the dialogue. And the other one is Les Diaboliques, the Diabolical, which is another thriller with some elements of horror, telling the story of it takes place in a school where you have the director, the co-director being his wife, and one of the teachers being the mistress of the director. Everybody knows that she's the mistress of the co-director, and then someday you have the wife, who's the co-director, and the mistress, who decide to murder the director together because they get along. And so they do so, and then they hide the body, but just in a way so that somebody will find it eventually, and so they will have an alibi. But nobody finds the body, and when they go back to check on the body, they find out that the body's gone. So, and there are elements that lead them to believe that he's not dead, which is impossible, of course. And it's a great, fantastic film. And unfortunately, I ended this great week on a kind of sad note, which broke my heart. It broke my heart, which was Justice League. Justice League is said to be directed by, or to have been directed by Zack Snyder. Thank you, TGA. But the fact of the matter is that this is not Zack Snyder's movie. I don't know how to describe my feelings toward this film, because I don't like to say bad things about this film. So I'll try to just state facts. The fact of the matter is that Zack Snyder got off the project after having shown the first version of the film. Then he had a horrible tragedy in his family, so that's why he had to step down. And Joss Whedon came in, and before that, actually, Warner Brothers already wanted to reshoot several things, and when Joss Whedon came along, they reshot about 50% of the film, and you feel that in this film, adding humor, quips that work or mostly don't, in my opinion. They give it a lighter tone, they make it shorter, they have cut. I looked some things up and saw some scenes that were cut, and they just changed the whole pace of the film, almost the genre, making it really a Marvel film with a lot of humor, which wasn't in there at the beginning. And cutting all those setups that were fundamental to this film, which they already took out in Batman v Superman in the theatrical cut, and not necessarily long scenes. I mean, if you look the extended version of Batman v Superman, which is 30 minutes longer, in the end, it turns out that they didn't take out 5-minute scenes or 10-minute scenes. They just took out some small elements here and there that added to the continuity and the fluidity and just the pace of the film and just made it much more complete. And this felt hatched. Justice League hatched, characters undeveloped, and just I never felt invested in this film, unfortunately, because I wanted to. And Batman is not the Batman from BVS, I'm sorry. So I don't know what to say except that my heart is broken when I saw this. Check it out to keep it afloat and make sure that they will continue, because I have hope, although without Zack Snyder on board, I don't know which route they're going to take, but Warner Brothers need, and I thought they would have after Batman v Superman, but they need to take a step down and not copy Marvel, because if they want to do so, they do it badly, and they shouldn't. Because the great thing about Man of Steel, I loved Man of Steel. I know some people didn't. I loved this film. And I love the extended version of Batman v Superman, even though there are some things that are a bit uneven. But without Zack Snyder, I don't know what route they're going to take, and I'm fearful. So, anyway, that being said, looking forward to Aquaman and Wonder Woman 2. And even Matt Reeves' Batman. But I don't know where they're going to go from that, because it only made $93 million in the opening weekend. Compared to 166 for Batman v Superman, that's a large step down. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I hope I'll get better next week and have a more cheerful talk about a film. That will be great. I don't know which one yet, but we'll see. Anyway, you have a good evening or a good day. Salut.